Well, greetings, imagination connoisseurs. Once again, it is I, your Duke of Dope Discourse, your master of fun and wonder, your viceroy of verisimilitude, of course, your pharaoh of physical media, Robert Meyer Burnett. And this is the first Let's Get Physical Media of 2022. But you don't turn into this show to see me. You don't. You know why you turn into this show. You tune into this show because you want to see your favorite German, my favorite German, coming to us all the way from Saarbrücken, Deutschland, Mr. Dieter Bastian. Welcome to 2022, Dieter. How are you?
I'm great, Rob, and a late happy New Year's to you and all the physical media lovers out there. And I say, greetings, imagination connoisseurs, Dieter here. Here I am, rock you like American, even in 2022. You are welcome here at the B&B Motel for Let's Get Physical Media. And I apologize for last week, but those 2 weeks between Christmas, New Year are all perhaps the slowest 2 weeks of the year, considering getting new titles. I don't know about Europe, but the stuff that I will show later is probably stuff that I gotten before Christmas.
Well, I agree with you. There wasn't a whole lot that came out. There was some good stuff, though.
Yeah.
You know, not a ton of it.
Obviously. Not a ton of it. So how we start, Rob? How we delve into it?
Well, I think
got some news.
It got some news. Again, you know, one of the things that I think is happening, Vincent Teo, who is a commentator from the UK, did a great video about Marvel's IMAX enhanced Marvel titles. But they're only IMAX enhanced, and what they're doing on Disney Plus is like Warner Brothers did with the Christopher Nolan films, is they have multiple aspect ratios. So when they jump into the IMAX format, such as in Infinity War and Endgame, there's a lot more information on the top and bottom of the frame. Unfortunately, this was not recreated on their 4K discs, nor apparently are there any plans to re-release those Marvel titles in IMAX enhanced versions. And I think that, unfortunately, that kind of speaks to where we're at in terms of physical media collecting in 2022. Obviously, here's the thing. I would give physical media 8 years, tops. There's going to be a lot of boutique labels that are going to put out some stuff, and I just want to cover some news in a minute to talk about that. But with the addition of disc players inside PlayStations and Xboxes, they've increased the longevity
a little bit.
And I think that you know, the thing is, getting making transfers of movies and putting them out on disc. The transfers are not cheap. You know, and there's a lot of companies that have done transfers that a lot of the smaller boutique labels are making use of, or the boutique labels are trying to make their own transfers, like Second Sight, which we'll talk about in a minute. But as much as we are living through both a golden age of physical media in terms of the transfers that we're getting, in terms of the special editions that we're getting, it truly is a marvelous time to be a physical media collector. The clock is definitely ticking. Because it's not necessarily the discs too, it's the players. You know, it's the machines. How many companies are going to be manufacturing disc players 10 years from now, if any? And as streaming becomes, my big worry is that a lot of the movies that we collect on this show are not necessarily what I would call politically correct. And you know, I worry that I would love to see somebody start an exploitation film channel, a B movie channel, a cult movie channel, and start collecting the rights from, and I'm not even advocating for these movies, but stuff like Thriller, A Cruel Picture, like the X-rated version of that, the Swedish exploitation movie that's called They Call Her One Eye, that Daryl Hannah's character was based off of in Kill Bill. You know, there's two versions. There's the version that was released here, and then there's the version that has hardcore pornography in it, the original Swedish version. Those kinds of films, or movies like Martyrs, I fear that some of those films will, based on current political trends, disappear. And I think and some people say maybe rightfully so that they should disappear, that society doesn't need them. Well, I don't believe that. I think that all art, whether it's, I mean, we saw what happened in your own country when degenerate art was deemed degenerate, and they wanted to take a lot of that away. And we're living through a time now where I fear that these things can happen. I know it seems like, well, I don't mean to scream that the sky is falling, but I don't like the idea that our beloved movies, for whatever reason, and some of these could be prestige movies. I always use Clockwork Orange. I point to a Clockwork Orange as an example of a prestigious studio picture that could be suppressed for whatever reason. And that's why I think it's important to have these movies. But if we don't have players to put our discs on, what are we going to do?
Then we're lost. But considering newer movies, Rob, not exploitation, but I heard on Midnight Metal Show yesterday, you watched New Order.
I watched New Order, and
your take on it? Awesome.
It's awesome. I mean, and I'll tell you,
unbelievable.
It's and the director has a new film out as well called Sundown that stars Tim Roth, and it has a trailer. It starts out and it looks like this sort of just a movie about a guy sitting on a beach, but then as the trailer moves on, it's like, ooh, I got to see that. But yeah, again, I think New Order is a very relevant, very important film that really speaks to where we're at today as a culture. And, I'm glad to have got the UK disc.
And considering your fear of the fall of civilization, that movie is right up your chin.
It's right. Yeah, no, it's. I mean, it might as well be a zombie movie without zombies.
We don't want to give anything away. Everybody should experience it at best cold.
Yes, but now the flip side of this is there are still companies doing amazing work. I just want to point out a few. Scream Factory announced that they're putting out Alligator of all movies, Alligator in 4K. And this disc is packed. It is packed with special features, and I look at this and I think, okay, well, maybe things aren't as dire as I might make them out to be, but I mean, this is just it's incredible. I mean, this has it's an exclusive 4K restoration from the original camera negative. And it is coming out in 4K. It's got an audio commentary with Louis Teague and actor Robert Forster, obviously, and that was done before, but they've got all kinds of new special features here. And there's the extended television version is on this disc for the first time ever. I don't know what that means, but who would have thought that they would put this out? I mean, I can't believe that. And then we have the Best Picture from 1960, one of my favorite movies, The Apartment, Billy Wilder's The Apartment, a movie that probably might not fly in today as much as it used to fly, but that's coming out. And I love this movie. I think Arrow put out a great box set of this that I have, which is great. But now, get Kino Lorber kicking it in 4K, which is awesome. And then we have this isn't anything new, but there's a really great box set of this available on Zavvi of The Green Mile, of Frank Darabont's The Green Mile. I really enjoy this movie quite a bit, and I'm looking forward to that. But I think that the release of the year, the thing that, or not the release of the year, the release of the week, or the thing I'm most excited about. Now, you already got me this movie on Blu-ray, but this is going to be a 4K disc coming from my beloved Second Sight that put out Dawn of the Dead, one of the greatest box sets ever. They found the camera negative for The Hitcher, and the original Hitcher, which is from 1986. I can't believe this movie's 37 years old this year, or 36 years old. This is one of the great horror thrillers of the 80s. Obviously, Rutger Hauer, another star-making turn after Blade Runner, but they couldn't find proper high-quality elements for this, and they tracked down the original camera negative with The Hitcher, and I think it does say on Blu-ray.com, with the invaluable assistance of Warner Brothers archive team, which means George Feltenstein's team had something to do with it. So as much as
Never,
we
never
might...
thought it would happen, Rob, considering The Hitcher.
I wouldn't either. And The Hitcher is, first of all, it's a beautiful film. It's incredibly well made. It's Robert Harmon's direction is incredible. I love the movie. And so
Me too.
for all of our bitching and moaning and complaining and like doom saying, we're still, I mean, Second Sight, if they're able to get that work print of Romero's Martin out on disc, they're going to have a very good year. So kudos to you, Second Sight. You're a great company, and The Hitcher is definitely one of my most eagerly awaited 4K releases of the year. What about you?
Totally. The Hitcher, I will buy easily again. And I was already on the track to buying a media book of it, but I thought, come on, you have the title, you don't need it anymore. So luckily, I could restrain myself from buying the very expensive media book just because of the cover, and now we will get a 4K release of it. That's awesome. That's awesome.
It's awesome.
Rob, even if we're in the new year, I will once again annoy you. You've watched A New Order. Have you finished?
No, I got to go back and start.
Have you called Adam?
I've got to call Adam.
We need to know which version is the actual version that that we should watch. Considering last 2 weeks, we probably have watched a lot of stuff. I watched the German movie, Rob. You know, Captain.
Oh yeah, how is that?
It's great, Rob. I don't know if you know the synopsis. A man who is fleeing from the German army, you know, at the end of World War II, finds the uniform of a captain. You know, he puts the uniform of a captain on, and then, you know, clothes make people. Then he acts like he is a captain, and it's seemingly based on a true story. You know, it's
wow,
horrific stuff. You know, great movie. Then you already seen it. I watched The Last Duel.
That's one of the discs that I was going to show since you brought it up. Yeah. Where is my copy? It's here somewhere. Somewhere. Where did it go? I just had it. Oh, it's right here.
There it is. Let's do it. Really like the movie. I don't know if that is a reason why the movie wasn't be that successful at the box office.
I think it's a really good movie.
Yeah, and Ridley, unfortunately, just making a good movie doesn't equal good box office. Unfortunately, it is this way. And the only thing, Rob, that was taking me a little bit back, even before I watched the movie, I don't want to put any actors into a category, but you give me some sort of medieval, and then it's Ben Affleck and Matt Damon. For me, they are really contemporary guys set in the here. And also for me, it's at first it's strange, you know, Ben Affleck, Matt Damon in a
I think that
in a medieval movie. It sounds wrong. It just sounds wrong to me at first, Rob.
I have to tell you, I think you're absolutely right. I mean, okay. I'm a huge Ben Affleck fan. I really like Matt Damon a lot.
The Town, Gone Girl, The Martian, Jason Bourne, but in a medieval setting, Adam Driver, totally. I can see him do everything. But those two guys are, for me, rooted in the here and now. You know, so for them to put them in a medieval movie seems strange to me from a casting perspective. No matter their performance. You know,
I thought they were both good, but I have to tell you, I agree with you. I'm big fans of both of those guys, and I think that if they had put, say, French actors or British actors or something, I think that it would have worked a lot better. But also, I have to say this too. I mean, the failure of this movie at the box office is perplexing in a way. But now we have so much period medieval stuff on streaming, whether it's fantasy
Vikings,
stuff
Valhalla.
from there, and I think that I really do think that the problem with the film was just that we're sort of you're getting so much medieval stuff on streaming that people didn't feel the need to go out and see this. And
Exactly.
as much
I
as
didn't thought about that point, Rob. But you're right. You got Vikings, you got Valhalla, and other stuff, Norsemen.
and I think that that another thing too is I think that the thought was that this was a really interesting way to examine issues in our #Me Too era in an action adventure medieval political complex way. And I just don't think those two things, Matt Damon and Ben Affleck, and then the combination of we're getting so much medieval content, and it wasn't fantasy. It's not like it's The Witcher. You're looking at this complex story, and it just kind of looked like a bummer in a way. Even though I think I love the Rashomon approach, and but an interesting, a beautiful movie certainly. Yeah. And like all Ridley Scott's,
I wouldn't say no if Ridley would do an extended cut of the movie, like you said. Would be down for it.
Yep.
Be down for it. But a good movie. Good movie. And perhaps people will discover it on streaming services or on physical media later. Okay.
Yeah, I think they will.
The stuff that I watched, of course, Cobra Kai on New Year's Eve was great for a season. What else did I watch? These two other things doesn't come to mind at the moment. How should we proceed, Rob? Live chat, letters, or show?
What? I'll captain's discretion. What would you like to do?
Let me just skip through the live chats very quickly. From probably 2, 3, or 4 weeks ago, Das Plagueis. Finally, my favorite show on the internet. Here we are, Das Plagueis. Back again. Okay. Tim Hans said the poster for Sword and the Sorcerer, which will come out in 4K, was better than the movie. He's probably right about that one.
Come on, man. You don't like a 3-pronged sword that flies? The flying sword, the shooting sword.
Vegas RoboCop. Really pissed with Arrow's RoboCop 4K release. Double dip crap. Well, Vegas, that's our crux to buy stuff again and again and again. That's part of being physical media collector. Brian Hepburn, our moderator. I feel like I need to buy No Time to Die because the completist in me, but I think of it more as No Time to Watch. Das Plagueis pre-order Dune 2024 4K 3D combo is ordered from Amazon France. That is great, Das Plagueis. The French people are doing oftentimes a combo pack with 4D and 3D. The only drawback, Das Plagueis, oftentimes the English track on the 3D is oftentimes only Dolby Digital plus, not Dolby Atmos. So be careful with that. I often fall into that trap, bought the French one, and then the English track is not uncompressed, unfortunately. Oh man, Tom Jr. Jackson, back to the dumpster of films no one has heard of. Well, Tom, if you don't heard of Uncle Peckerhead, I can't help you. Okay? You should, Tom. Tim Hans, the trash gets more bizarre by the week. Of course, Tim, it was the end of the year. It has to become more bizarre,
By the way, shout out to your T-shirt there, buddy.
Yeah, no, okay. Here it is. Drop. You have Brian Hepburn. You have to dig deep into those Walmart aisle cages and barrels to find gems like that. No, Brian, you go to Amazon, put it in your basket, click, and there it is. Luckily, Catherine Slice Night came to my help. Dieter had a nice mix of titles this week. Okay, what can you say? Tim Hans said, remember going to watch Who Dares Wins at the cinema when I was 12? Tim, I remember Who Dares Wins too, because Louis Collins was the shit back in the day with the professionals. And I think he was even at some point a little bit considered as a 007 at some point. Roy Kirk, where do I get that box set of Armor of God that I showed? In the UK, Amazon UK, from 88 Films, okay? Tim Hans, The Last Duel was rather good. Shame it bombed. And he said, shocking how West Side Story is doing so poorly. as it is a terrific movie, one of the best of the year for him. Okay. And considering we did a show on Christmas, he said, can't miss Let's Get Physical Media, no matter what the day, Boxing Day, New Year's Day, Easter, what have you. Right? Tom Jr. Jackson, considering our top movies or the releases of the year, is it me or does all of Dieter's films seem to be honorable mentions? Well, Tom, if you don't see the genius in my 10 picks, I can't help you. Hey, Tom. Mark Anderson, have you both seen Prospect, starring Pedro Pascal and Sophie Thatcher? I have the 4K disc. As it happens, it is a German edition. And from Amazon, I love this movie. What do you two think? I love it too, Mark. But this is a title. I even had to get another 4K because of Rob's friend, Bill Hunt. Oh, here, there's a nice one from Vinegar Syndrome, was it, Rob?
Yeah.
Vinegar Syndrome puts out another 4K, with even better bitrate. And I had to get the movie again in 4K. But the movie was great. Rob?
I really liked it too.
Yeah.
Gunpowder and Sky, well, the company that we made our short film, Skyfighter, that was one of their first features that they did from like the Dust channel on YouTube. So I really liked it a lot. I thought it was great.
Yeah, you could feel the heart, sweat, and soul that went into making that movie. Considering, Rob, your nice Eagle Transporter fleet from Space 99, Elizabeth was, of course, in the show. They all look the same, okay?
Wait a minute.
Don't even look good.
Let's just show. Wait. Look. These do not look the same. They're different colors. They have different things on them. Come on, they're not the same. They're not the same. No. Just pointing that out.
What studio answered? If you want to send me one or two, I will take good care of them. And Elizabeth Bell, you can have them all.
No.
Considering my favorite pick of the year from last year, New York Ninja, Tim Hens was disappointed. No Sky Sharks, of course, Tim. No Sky Sharks because I haven't seen it and it was just a standard Emery. Okay. So I think, and Tim said both R&B and Dieter are the beacon of hope to physical media continuing on the market. Jesse Swarbrick has a question for you. Rob, would you like to see, help me out, Rob, with the movie, Gleaming the Cube, get a Blu-ray release?
Gleaming the Cube with Christian Bale. I mean, Christian Bale with Christian Slater, not Bale. Oh. You know what? I saw Gleaming.
Doesn't ring a bell to me at all.
It's a skateboarding movie, dude. Come on now.
Oh, okay.
You know what? I didn't love Gleaming the Cube. I saw it in the theater when it first opened. And I wanted to. It's not that it's bad. It's just it's not as epic as I wanted it to be. To me, the most epic. You either watch the Lords of Dogtown is my favorite skateboarding movie. It's just, I mean, you have all these great actors, and it's about the dawn of the young Tony Alva and seeing Stacy Peralta and you've got Skip Engblom as being portrayed by the Joker. Yeah, man, come on, dude. It's so. I mean, the it's great. But Gleaming the Cube's fun. There was a whole spate of skateboard movies, and that was one of the last. I'll tell you what I do want as far as skating movies. I want a Blu-ray of Prayer of the Rollerboys. Have you ever seen Prayer of the Rollerboys?
No, Rob.
Well, let me tell you, if you haven't seen, it's a Corey Haim, Patricia Arquette, post-apocalyptic rollerblading gangs in Venice movie. And let me tell you,
perhaps I have, Rob. But,
dude, it is.
Remember.
If you haven't seen Prayer of the Rollerboys, you, my friends, you're missing out. And I have a really obscure DVD of it, but I would really like to take that DVD and replace it with a Blu-ray or a 4K disc.
So there you go, Jesse. No Gleaming Cube, rather Prayer for the Rollerboys. Okay. These are Roberts. We need physical media more than ever now. And Tim Hens, I'm still waiting on some German Haribo from Dieter. Well, Tim, if I don't have your address, you can't get German Haribo, okay? Just quick, Rob, the German box office from last week. Of course, Spider-Man was once again first. Matrix was second. And No Time to Die is still on place 7. And West Side Story dropped to 10. That was a little bit of the box office from
Spider-Man is going to, it just dethroned Titanic as in terms of, it passed Titanic's domestic box office here in the States. It is going to dethrone Infinity War. Spider-Man is going to in terms of domestic box office.
Yeah, I get it wrong.
And I mean, what's really interesting is all the naysayers about Marvel. I mean, I understand it's a Sony release, and Marvel only gets 25%. They have a 25% stake in that. But still, I mean, if you look at the success, and if the reports are true, I think that it's teeing up Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness pretty well. There's a lot of crazy. I knew that they're shooting a lot of crazy cameos for Multiverse of Madness.
Oh,
so
Rob, don't tell me anything.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know for sure, who and what they are, but I know that they've added to the movie, and I think it's teeing up. I think that film's going to be sufficiently bonkers as well.
Don't put any pictures with watermarks out.
I'm not.
I dare you.
No, indeed not, sir. No. Who, me? No.
No.
Not me.
I think we should start showing some stuff, Rob. Who starts?
Well, I could start.
Okay.
Michael Haneke's movie, Time of the Wolf, the third time I've bought this movie. I really like this film.
Haneke?
Yeah.
Okay.
And this is a very interesting, I wouldn't call it a horror movie. I guess you could call it kind of a post-apocalyptic film.
Is this a new one from him?
No, this is not new. This is like 20 years old. Time of the Wolf. Yeah.
Never.
Oh, you got to get this.
Okay.
This is really good.
Okay.
And again, this is something, when it came out, who put this out? Did Scream Factory? Yeah. No, it's from, I think it's from Strand Releasing. It was great to get this. This is the third time I've bought this movie. I mean, okay. And then, of course, because I, too, am a completist.
Yeah, exactly, Rob. There it is.
And here's the thing. Do you know I bought this against my better judgment? I really don't like this movie. But I'm a Bond fanatic.
Yeah.
They must be putting out a 4K Bond box set. 2022 is the 60th anniversary of the Bond franchise. I am willing to bet dollars to donuts that we are going to get, like the 50th anniversary box set, we are going to get a 60th anniversary 4K Bond box set, the definitive box set this year. I'm willing to put any amount of money down on it, probably more toward the holidays of next year. I mean, of the end of 2022, but we're going to get it. So to buy this is kind of redundant because I'm just going to replace it. But I had to watch it to remind myself how much I don't like this movie. But it looks fantastic on Blu-ray.
Rob, just a quick question from the live chat. Is Time of the Wolf Blu-ray region free? Did you know? Can you say anything about
that's a good question. Let me see.
And check code A on the cover.
It doesn't say. I guess it would be. Okay, I guess it would be region free.
Sign. That's a good sign.
Yeah, probably region free. I think I showed this on another stream, but this a Warner Archive transfer. This transfer is stunning for Ivanhoe. This is a George Feltenstein. I love this movie. It is really, really, really like this film a lot. This looks absolutely gorgeous. It is so, it's so beautiful. Of course, I love the women in this: Elizabeth Taylor, Joan Fontaine, but George Saunders is in this from All About Eve. One of my favorite actors. I wish I could have met him, but this film is great and it looks incredible. So kudos to Warner Archive. And then another film that I bought, part of the Hammer Karnstein vampire trilogy, The Vampire Lovers, Lust for a Vampire, and Twins of Evil, a new version from Scream Factory, another movie I've bought way too many times in my life, The New Vampire Lovers from Scream Factory.
Nice.
I love this trilogy of movies. Boobies and blood.
Haven't put it out. Has it a reversible cover?
You know what? I haven't even opened this yet. I'm sure it does, probably. I love this artwork that they used on it, though. If you haven't seen the Karnstein Vampire Trilogy, look. Does it look like a modern movie? No. My favorite of the three is actually Twins of Evil. The first one I saw was the middle one, Lust for a Vampire. But Vampire Lovers, Lust for a Vampire, and Twins of Evil, if you don't have the Karnstein Trilogy in your collection, shame on you. Shame on you. So check it out. I hope Scream Factory does
all three
Lust for a Vampire and Twins of Evil and then put out a box set. But great to have this. And then of course The Last Duel, and then I have my special edition that I'll show. So that's all I've picked up in the last 2 weeks.
Okay, then I will show what I got, but it's probably, like I said, all things before Christmas. Considering we are at the end of the year, all famous YouTubers do their best movies of the year or worst movies of the year, and this one quite amazingly came up from time to time in the worst list, and I don't get why, Rob. Malignant from James Wan, the Steelbook.
That's cool. Where'd you get that from?
Germany, Rob.
Oh,
it's a German Steelbook for Malignant. Rob, this can't be on the worst movie list.
No,
2022.
no.
It was awesome. Malignant, unbelievable. The next one, Rob, from Second Sight, nice edition. But for me, I was a little bit underwhelmed of the movie because it's already came along with much praise. I got the session 9.
I love that movie.
Love that movie. And help me out, Rob. One of the problems for me was the look of the film itself. It looked a little bit video soapy.
Yeah.
To me, was it probably at the beginning of the digital era?
Yes.
They shot it digitally.
Yes.
Okay.
How does that
so there's
transfer?
nothing wrong with the transfer because I thought, this looks a little bit video-like, a little bit soap look to me. That was throwing me off. So you have, of course, the Second Sight Emery in it, and it comes with booklet. It's always from Second Sight.
Yeah, Second Sight's one of the great video companies.
Yeah.
I mean, it's worth buying almost everything they put out.
Exactly. And we have some lobby cards that came with the package.
I really like that film a lot. It's really good.
So, yeah. So, like I said, for me, it was the look of the movie was a little bit throwing me off because I didn't expect it to be that kind of digital looking. But I think probably the cameras was the newest hot thing to use.
Yeah. Well, it's like, you go back and you look at even stuff that Michael Mann shot, like Miami Vice back in it's some of that stuff's beautiful, or even Collateral.
It switched a little bit, back and forth, considering how it looks. Session 9. And then, Rob, the great thing about doing the show with you is that I have some contacts now in my phone that I didn't have earlier. And
really?
Yeah, and sometimes, because they went the extra mile to reach out to me, and one of my good friends, Glenn, said, "Hey, bro, I got one title that I've got double. Do you want it?" And I said, "Yeah, if you don't need it anymore, it will probably get you demonetized, Rob." And I said, "Okay, if you don't want it, send it to me." And then, Rob, can you imagine? He put it in a package, went to the post office, sent it, posted it, and it came, Rob. It came. He sent it to me, The movie, I'm just saying. Erotic ghost story, Rob.
Oh, that's a great movie.
From 88 Films. He did get 2 this 2 times, and I didn't have it. So probably, Rob, look at that, Rob. Category 3. The most important thing that we can ask for, and comes with a nice booklet. Fast, because there are some nice pictures in it. So, Glenn, thank you very much. But the good thing, Rob, which I didn't expect, we only talked about this movie, and then he had the audacity, Rob, to put another movie in the package. The werewolf movie, Late Phases, which
I don't know that.
Really, yeah, it's already a few years old. I didn't remember having the movie, but I already had it. But it came really out late in the UK. Why? I have no idea.
And that's from 101?
Yeah, that's from 101. But it's out in the States and in Germany for probably 5 or 6 years. It's from 2014. Why it came out this late in the UK, I have actually no idea. Late Phases, nice werewolf movie, which he put in the package too. So, Glenn, thank you very much for sending me stuff. Unbelievable. It's possible, Rob. It's possible. Let there be garbage.
That's a beautiful. Is that the Mondo Steelbook?
I don't know, Rob. No, it's the normal Steelbook. I don't think it's.
Wow, that's really cool.
Mondo. Yeah, probably the best of the movie. And Rob, when I went to see Spider-Man: No Way Home, and the people were chanting and cheering at the first reading when Andrew showed up and Toby showed up. When I cheered, when I clapped, when Venom got back to his own universe, then I clapped. Yeah, go back to your own universe. Yeah, I don't need you in this universe at all. Go back to where you came from. That was when I was cheering and clapping during the movie. Okay, Rob, I already showed this tune. But Rob, I got it the second time in the 3D version, in the 3D.
Wow, that's a cool. Where'd that come from?
From Germany, but I don't think, considering how the movie looks, I don't think if the 3D will be any good. But I haven't checked it, and of course, we already are a little bit disappointed that it doesn't come with the IMAX aspect ratio, not in the 3D, not in the 4K, 4K version. It's coming out next week in
the
America.
States. Yeah.
In the States. Next week we'll get it too. So Tune in 3D. A little direct-to-video movie from the director Chesapeake Johnson, who has probably done 5 or 6 movies with Scott Adkins, Rob. Hell Hath No Fury with Daniel Bernard, which people mostly known as a stunt coordinator. He's in Nobody. He's in John Wick. The movies. It plays at World War II, and you can tell the budget of the movie. It has actually good reviews, but for me it was a little bit underwhelming. Hell Has No Fury. So Chesa has done better movies than actually this one. But I was really surprised considering actors had to speak French, German, English. Was from my take, it was good. German was even good. So kudos on that. Next one, really expensive, Rob, and I come with disappointing news. The 3D has no open aspect ratio in it. The Japanese Blu-ray of Shang-Chi with the 3D, and I checked the 3D, it doesn't have the open aspect.
Is the 3D good though?
I haven't watched it in 3D. Just checked, Rob, if it has. Just put it in to see if the black bars are not there, but unfortunately they are. Like you said, the sign of the times.
Yeah, I mean it's very frustrating. I mean the film, you want it in that aspect ratio, especially because Warner Brothers pioneered doing that with The Dark Knight. Once you get the Nolan movies that way.
I can't remember, Rob, which was the first movie that came with the aspect shifting ratio. Was it The Dark Knight?
I want to say it was The Dark Knight, but I'm not sure on that.
Okay. It probably could be right about this one. You showed it already, Rob. You have the nice steelbook. I decided to get just the standard Emery.
Yep.
Wolf of Wall Street.
I love that movie.
In 4K. And the last one, I was surprised getting it, Rob, because we all know about audio issues. It will get replacement, and of course, this is the defected version of Hard Target.
Yeah.
With Jean-Claude, the 4K, and I was hoping, since the shipping was a little bit delayed, probably we'll get the newer one. No, and it's immediately apparent. The left and the right stereo channels are switched. He knocks on the door and should be on the right, but it's on the left. You immediately recognize that the Blu-ray in it is fine. The Blu-ray, the sound is correct, but the 4K, I hope I will get.
It's such an easy, being a post-production supervisor.
Yeah,
it's so easy to fuck it up. I mean, because what you're doing is on the file, you're stacking.
Yeah.
There's an order that you have to stack each channel in. And a lot of people, if you don't know and you're not double checking it, it's so easy to transpose the left and right tracks. You really have to know what you're doing. I mean, it's very easy, but you just have to know. It's like knowing how to read. So when you look at the 6 channels stacked up on the file that you're making, it's like, come on, man. To fuck it up.
Yeah, could easily happen. And considering the movie is from 1993, was there already 5.1 mixes at that time? I think the first one was Batman Returns, I believe.
Yeah, 90. No, there would be 93. Yeah, there would be.
Okay, there would be. So I hope I will get the replacement disc at some point in time. This was my haul, but like I said, the only 2 things were from Glenn that I got in the last 2 weeks. The other thing was already I got before Christmas, and Rob and I decided just to focus on the best release and not show those titles, because otherwise we wouldn't have even that show today. And only one thing, Rob, I have a little present for you, because this one I ordered, it didn't came. I ordered it anew. I did get a new one, and then at some point, Asia contacted me. This title came back to them if they should send it out anew, and I said, yeah, of course, I paid for it. We'll get Beasts Glowing at Straws, the Korean edition.
Look at that.
The movie. We'll get out with the next package, perhaps with the Dunes.
Yes, that would be. I would love that.
You will love that, of course.
And I'm going to send you a box finally. I've got too much stuff. We got to move. I got to get all this stuff out of my house.
And considering you are back on the John Campia show, at some point, if Aaron is with you, take the pitch slip with you.
I will.
Pitch slip media. Okay. So this was our haul of this week, but we have some letters, Rob, if you want.
Yeah, and I do have a special edition.
Okay. Let me just check. You sent me letters before the show.
I sent you letters. Of course, we got some super chats that have come in. And by the way, it is our good friend Scotty. Scotty, who does the Phantasmagorium show. It's his birthday today.
Oh, happy birthday.
And I haven't responded to his voice messages, so I will, because it's his birthday. Happy birthday, Scotty.
Happy birthday. The first letter comes from our good friend Vincent from France. Hi Rob and guten Tag Dieter. Thank you for reading my previous letters und frohes neues Jahr. So Happy New Year in German. Speaking of DVD and Blu-ray extras, do you enjoy listening to audio commentator, he says, or should I say audio commentaries? Although they are uneven, some film directors and historians are very good at this. I think you mentioned the Bad Day at Black Rock, John Sturges commentary on the
That's an incredible commentary.
Yeah, that is a masterclass. Film historians generally deliver deep analysis of the on films we love. Kino Lorber frequently include such extras on their releases. I guess the costs less to produce than video content. I'm very happy that Warner Archive keeps releasing great films in 2022, including Edge of Darkness, Errol Flynn, and The Three Musketeers, Gene Kelly. Thanks, Vincent from France. And I think, Vincent, we discussed audio commentaries at some point in the show already. Some are great, some are mediocre, and some are just audibles or audio explaining what is happening on the screens, But there are some great ones. There are some great ones out there. Mostly, if there is an audio commentary, I will check the first 5-10 minutes and see where it goes. Is it interesting? Is it not? And like you said, it's great if you have something like Robotics, one of our movies of last year, when you have some critics or fans of the movie and doing an audio commentary. They will give you the gist of the movie, some rumors, and all the stuff that you probably want to know about the movie. And Rob, the new year, some things doesn't change, and it is of course that Omar 94 sends letters. That hasn't
no.
changed.
Omar 94 sends letters.
Okay, and he says, "Hi Rob and guten Abend Dieter. Happy New Year to the two of you and everyone else hearing this. I just wanted to say, holy crap, since this is the first episode of Let's Get Physical Media of 2022, the show has been doing very well, as it has been going on for over a year. So let's see how long the show will keep going. Thanks, live long and prosper." Well, Omar, if Rob starts his new job tomorrow as vice president of franchise of Star Trek, this will probably be the last show, because if he takes this job tomorrow, he will have to, of course, clean house there. Probably
True.
Some heads are gonna roll, and we'll have to work 24/7. So this YouTube shenanigans will be over, But Rob, at least consider interviewing the people, not giving the X immediately, Talk to them, talk to them first.
I'll be swift and merciful.
Probably they have to form a line at your office, one after the other. What have you done to Star Trek? So, Omar, let's see how long our show will hold. And he writes another one. "Hi Rob and guten Abend Dieter. Since I don't collect home media, you guys can answer this." Well, I don't know about this. Let's see. With some people's physical media collection, they will have movies or TV shows in their collection which they don't like. Yeah, Venom, let it be garbage. No. If they don't like a certain movie or TV show, it doesn't make sense why they would own it, because it seems like they would be waste of money and space. Waste of money and space. Yeah, that's exactly, Omar.
And what's your point? Your point is?
Yeah, I don't know about. If I still collected physical media, I would only want to collect movies and TV shows I like. You guys are the physical media collectors, so maybe you have some understanding of this. But I don't see why people would waste money and space on their shelf on collecting movies and TV shows they don't like. Thanks, live long and prosper. Well, Omar, we did give you two examples. We have Venom, Let There Be Garbage, and Rob even bought No Time to Die, even if he doesn't like the movie.
Well, what's funny? I have to say that sometimes I have things in my collection. Like, I'm not, obviously, that Star Trek V is not my favorite Star Trek movie in the world, but I'll watch it. I'll put it on, and I'll watch it because I'm always studying movies, and sometimes it's interesting to come back to films years later and see if your perspective on them has changed. And you can't, like in my case, I can't not have a Star Trek movie. Although I will say this, I have not bought, nor will I buy, Star Trek Discovery or Star Trek Picard on home video. I have no interest. I'm shocked. I have no interest in ever. There's nothing in those shows that I have any interest in owning. So there you go. If I can get in a jab at modern Star Trek, I will.
So, Rob, what are people sending us in, super chats wise?
Well, super chats wise. Let's see what people. Emil Johansson sends in a super chat and says, "What are you looking for?" This is a good question. Emil, our friend from also from Sweden, says, "What are you looking forward to own this year?" Oh. Well, first of all, Emil, in the heat of the day, every time you go away, To Live and Die in LA. I want To Live and Die in LA in 4K. I can't wait for it.
It should come out this year.
It's supposed to come out this year. Kino Lorber is putting out a lot of I already talked about The Apartment coming out. They're putting out To Live and Die in L.A. They also have Paths of Glory coming out in 4K. That's Stanley Kubrick's anti-war film with Kirk Douglas. It's an incredible film to get that in 4K because apparently, Warner Brothers does not have the rights to that, or somehow they might have lost those rights. I can't wait to get that in 4K for a few dollars more and Fistful of Dollars. The first of the Man with No Name trilogy, the Sergio Leone movies, are also coming out in 4K from Kino. And they're putting out Larry Cohen's God Told Me To, which is a bonkers sci-fi exploitation film that if you haven't seen it, you can watch it in 4K. And you know what? Somebody talked about the double dip. Do you think I'm not going to buy RoboCop in 4K? You think I'm not going to buy or The Hitcher or Escape from LA, even though I don't like Escape? I don't like Escape from LA very much, but I'm going to buy it in 4K.
Exactly. So, Emil, I don't have the release schedule in my head, and I do a lot of on the fly buys.
Looper's coming out. Touch of Evil is coming out in 4K. Looper 4K.
Yeah.
Some Like It Hot is coming out in 4K. One of the great comedies of all time. All this is like from Kino too. Pretty amazing.
Pretty great stuff.
Yeah, I think you know what else is coming out in 4K is The Punisher. The 2004 Punisher is coming out in 4K. Yeah, which
nice. The theatrical version, I believe.
Probably, yeah, or maybe.
Probably, yeah.
I mean, and then also the Spider-Man movies, the Sony Spider-Man movies are coming out in 4K. I don't have them in 4K, so I'll get those. And of course, the Toolbox Murders, which is a bonkers movie, is coming out in 4K from Blue Underground. I'll get that. Why not? Great Escape, The Great Escape, one of the great World War II movies, is coming out in 4K. So yeah, whatever these, because as you know, this is it. Those movies, the 4K releases are going to be that. To me, that's the end of the line. Once I buy it, once I buy it in 4K, I don't have to buy it anymore. Let's see, Adam Frescona, Anna Fresca, not an N. There's no N there. So Adam Frescona says and asks, the Beatles' new Get Back Blu-ray, are there any special features? You know what? So far, none have been listed. It's a 3-disc set. I'm definitely going to buy that. That documentary is incredible. They are releasing the actual concert in IMAX, so I would hope they would release. I mean, I know it was only shot, I think, 16 millimeter, but still, it still will look incredible in 4K. So I'd love to get that. But no word yet on the special features. I'd really be interested in watching something about the restoration. Tom Jr. Jackson says, Rob Dieter. Sorry, Tom, I haven't been around to jump on online. It's been a little crazy the last couple of days. Tom says, Rob Dieter, great to see you guys. I just want to give a birthday shout out to Scotty. Scotty. Happy birthday, Scotty. And it's almost as like they coordinated this. Scotty is our next super chatter saying that License to Kill rules. No, Scotty, it does not. It does not. It's not that it's horrible, but it's certainly not up to par. It's a cheap television episode of Miami Vice. Fight me. We'll have to have a debate. NRJ 19 or NJR Seattle. NJR 1984 says, "You two can be jealous. My Brady Bunch movie 2-pack arrived. No doubt, everyone's favorite movie release of the year."
Already there we have it.
There you go. I mean, we don't even have
that is this young and already the best release of the year.
200 Watt Studio says, "Happy New Year, guys. Can you please ask George if we'll get a Blu-ray release of the HBO Max remasters of Babylon 5? That is a good question. I wasn't planning on calling George today, but I will ask him that because I'll have him come on. He's busy. He's more busy now, so I'm going to schedule a time with him in advance, probably next week. You know, and I'd like to get like Bill Hunt back on the show to talk about the actual state of physical media. You know, where we're at, and but I would love to I would totally buy a new box set of Babylon 5.
Can see it happening, considering it was done for HBO Max.
Yeah. Although Warner Brothers does release their stuff, so
yeah.
Yeah. This is a good one. Planet 628 says I had my first 4K experience. I hope it was good for you. I had my first 4K experience with Lord of the Rings recently. It was like looking out a window to Middle Earth. Thank you, fellow travelers, for leading me down this path. Well, the 4K is like the Shire of home video.
Unfortunately, the path is a one-way street.
It is a one-way street. You're never going back. You're never going back. So, yeah, I like that. I mean, despite the fact that some people pointed out there's some mistakes here and there in the 4K transfer, for the most part, it looks and sounds incredible. I mean, you know. So, yeah. So that is our super chat. You're still welcome to fire in any questions you guys want. We're obviously still on the air. Yeah. So we've caught up with the super chats. Do you have a special edition to show?
Yeah. Should I go first, Rob?
Sure.
Okay. I went deep into the archives, Rob, to stumble across this one. I don't know if you have any idea.
What the hell is that gorgeous box?
What this is? Do you remember what movie?
Do you remember? Do I remember what movie that is from? I don't, but I'm sure I will when you tell me.
Old Boy.
Oh my God.
This was a Korean edition, DVD edition. This is not a Blu-ray edition. I haven't put it out for ages. So let me just see.
Wow, dude. Wow.
This was a metal case shelf, a shell here, and I haven't opened this up in a long time. So I hope. Here. It was here on the side, and you had, I don't know, 1, 2, 3, a book. Let's just put it out. This came back from the DVD days. I had to went to customs because they didn't believe the price was that low, which it wasn't. So here we have metal box the outside. Let me see if I can get the logo in here somehow. Came in the nice present box. So what was in it? There you have the original soundtrack as a CD. All little digipacks. Then you had some film reels from the movie. 3. Then we had the movie and supplement. Had one for the movie, one supplement, which of course are in Korean, as they should. So yeah, this one. Then Ultimate. What was this? Ultimate movie? I don't know. Actually, if there wasn't another version of Old Boy, I don't think so. Movie supplement. And this says Ultimate movie. I have actually no idea. Then you have from that Ultimate the supplement disc. Then you had a second supplement disc, and we had that nice little companion book about Old Boy. So this was back from the DVD days. Old Boy.
Well.
And there on the side, you already had some storyboards.
Oh, that's cool. How cool is that?
So Old Boy DVDs. I don't know what it was called, limited special super duper edition. But we all know how big the movie was back in the day.
Well, I finally got something that I'm very curious about that I really haven't delved into, but it comes from Severin, and it's beautiful. I mean, this is beautiful. I've been looking at this a lot. The box set of all the Haunts Be Ours, and this is a compendium of folk horror movies. Now there are some I've seen, like A Field in England.
How many?
There's 15 discs in here. 15 discs, and first of all, it's an incredible, it's a beautiful set. Now, Severin has been killing it. They've been doing all kinds of great work as far as a boutique label. So here's the box, and it comes with all of these movies. Now, one of the things in here that people are talking a lot about is there's a documentary called Woodland's Dark Days Bewitched, a history of folk horror. To me, I consider like The Wicker Man a folk horror movie. That's not part of this set. But there are films like that I haven't seen that I know of, like Eyes of Fire, but it's, and Veer, the Russian film, is in here. But it's, I mean, this set's incredible. The only thing is, I don't know much about the movies in it. So I'm looking forward to delving into this. And I love folk horror films. I mean, whether it's modern folk horror like The Ritual, I mean, even I would consider maybe Pumpkinhead kind of a folk horror movie. But I mean, even this. I mean, look at I've never seen this movie clear cut, and I've never even heard of it. But I'm really looking forward to delving into this set. It's a really, really impressive package. Again, I hope the movies live up to it. And this is a really chunky book. And the book that it comes with,
Probably describes every
yeah, but it's a really big book on folk horror. And what I really like about this is that it's a cat in the bag. You know, it's a special edition cat in the bag. And, I've been looking for this for a long time, and it was really funny because I kept thinking I hadn't ordered this, but it showed up. So I did order. I must have ordered it, unless Severin sent it to me for free. I don't know, but this package it's really impressive. And again, Severin as a boutique label has put out some just great stuff. There's the Euro collection with Christopher Lee that I keep meaning to pick up. But Severin is another, it's funny, I don't know why. Severin's been around for a long time, and they've done some great stuff, and I always kind of forget to mention them. And this folk horror set, man, it's...
so you don't know, Rob, any of the 15 movies?
Well, no, like VIY, and then the Field in England, which came out recently. So there's that. But I honestly, for most of them, I don't.
Okay.
And like Severin put out The Stuntman, which is one of my favorite movies. They've been doing such great work. And this Field in England, what I love about this is this was a labor of love, and it's the kind of thing that I think everybody should buy. I'm sure there's a lot of gems in the collection, but I think everybody should buy just to support this kind of archival work that's being done by Severin. So, yes.
Great.
So I'm happy to have this, and I can't wait to start delving into it. It's kind of one of those things where I'm gonna, I think, just have next to my player, and when just keep throwing stuff in, and just be like, I wonder what this is. It's going to be fun because I have I kind of want to go in cold to these movies that I don't know anything about. and see how
That's
seldom.
probably the best.
Yeah. 200 Watt Studio sends in a super chat and says, thanks, Rob. Well, thank you. Mark Nadow sends in a super chat and says, hey, guys, happy 2022. Looking for the best STL files for physical media. Aren't STL files 3D printing files? I'm unclear what you mean. STL. I think STL files. Well, let me. Those are 3D printing files, are they not? Let me look and make sure. Yeah, STL files for 3D printing, 3D models and 3D printers. That's I don't know. But anyway, sorry about that. I don't know the answer to that question. I can't know everything. But Mark, I don't know. Adam Frascona writes in again and says, is Kathleen Kennedy the equivalent of Alex Kurtzman? I would say no, because Kathleen Kennedy does not write screenplays, whereas Alex Kurtzman does. So Kathleen Kennedy is one step removed from the process. I blame Alex Kurtzman for bad writing. I can't blame Kathleen Kennedy necessarily.
You will have to get into your office immediately tomorrow when you start your job.
Adam Frascona goes on to say, is the Supernatural box set complete TV Blu-ray worth $200? Do you own
the 15 seasons of Supernatural?
Supernatural?
What was the price?
$200.
Sounds so reasonable to me. 15 seasons.
15 seasons for $200.
But 22 episodes probably every season. Sounds fair to me.
Yeah. It sounds like
I don't know about the special features. It comes with special features. But if you're a Supernatural fan and considering the show is finished, and you get it in one nice package. Or, as our chairman would say, if you can wait a little bit. If it will perhaps drop in the price range at some point.
100%. Absolutely. Justin Toner, our own Justin Toner, says, hi, Rob and Dieter. I got Shang-Chi and Who Framed Roger Rabbit in 4K this week. Roger Rabbit looks excellent in 4K. You know what? I was going to get that, but because it was Disney, it wasn't on Amazon. I forgot to get that. I need to get that. I also used a gift card I got from Amazon for my birthday to order Creed and Creed 2 in 4K. Now, if you could just send me African Kung Fu Nazis. You know what? All these packages are going out. I got packages that some of them are a year old. They all got to go out.
Doesn't help you the sponsorship from Cambia with that stuff to get stuff out. Some UPS.
Yes,
Saver
yes,
stuff.
It's all going out. I promise. Our own sends in a super chat and says, hi, Rob and Dieter. I just picked up New Order and Roma.
Awesome.
Dieter, who is the beautiful woman in the picture behind you?
Who should it be? This was a nice picture that my boss Patrick did for me. Okay? He's a talented dude, that little hobbit.
Yeah, but who is it?
Is it not recognizable?
I think it's, but I want to hear you say it.
J. Law. Jennifer Lawrence. but of course, he kept it a year up before he gave it to me, you know? Had to work for it. God damn it. To get it finally from him.
Adam Frascona asks, and this is a good question, are VHSs worth buying still?
Have you a machine still, Adam? Have you still a machine?
First of all, VHSs weren't worth buying when they were the only format available.
What was the price of your first tape, Rob? Tell the people.
You know, the first videotape I ever bought, and this was in 1980, was the Media, before it had become Media, version of Halloween. And it was like $56. I think it was $54.95, $56. And that was the first VHS tape that I got. Now, first of all,
a Schnäppchen.
Not a Schnäppchen.
At all.
And the most expensive tape that I bought was Star Wars, because you could only buy it as a rental only tape. I think it came out when it came out in like 81 or something. That you couldn't buy and it was over $100. And when Universal released the Blues Brothers, it was spread out over 2 VHS tapes, and the retail price on it was $112. And for Adam's question, like, there are a lot of people that collect VHS tapes because of the video box covers, and I know people are always like, well, Rob, there's things that came out on VHS that have never come out again. I'm like, I know, I have a few of those tapes.
No.
But for me, have you tried going back and watching?
Not even to Laserdisc, Rob. Not even to Laserdisc.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sorry. I've got about 100 Laserdiscs, and I do have things like The Keep, but they're honestly not. I can't watch NTSC video anymore. Yeah. I mean, life is too short.
Yeah.
Especially like if you think about it, HD is pretty much 6 times better than VHS, and Blu-ray is like 6 times better, kind of. This is not completely true, but there's no reason to go back and watch stuff unless it's a movie that you desperately want to see, or it's home videos that you took when you were a kid or whatever. VHS is garbage.
And that's why at least Rob and I have some nice German VHS editions, but inside you get a nice Blu-ray
Not yet.
of the movie.
But
the packages, it's VHS. Night of the Living Dead comes to mind.
I can't.
From Tom Savini.
Yeah, I mean, Army of Darkness is being released on 4K this year. Adam comes back and asks, Adam Frascona says, any chance we'll see more of Ash and the Evil Dead? I would never, when it comes to Ash...
Isn't there something in the works?
Yeah, there's something going on. There's going to be a movie. Okay. I don't know. Ash, yeah. I know Bruce Campbell said he's like hung it up, but I can't believe... I mean, that's been a mainstay. Evil Dead came out in 1981.
Yeah.
Evil Dead's like 41 years old today, or it's 41 years old this year.
With the great history in Germany about being forbidden and the video nasties, Rob.
Yeah, and you
by the way, considering video nasties, Rob, have you seen Censor yet? The movie Censor.
No, but is that another? Did
it came
Second
out
Sight?
In the States from Vinegar Syndrome, but it will come out, I believe, as you said, from Second Sight again in the UK. I don't know if it will come out from Second Sight as a 4K. I don't know about it.
Yeah, I'll buy it from Vinegar Syndrome. Clearly one of the great labels. Just
check, Rob, if the Second Sight is just a standard Blu-ray 2.
Speaking of Vinegar Syndrome, I need to go to their site and make sure I can get Flesh for Frankenstein.
Yeah.
Is it?
But perhaps, Rob, it could be that you can't order it because they have replacement of the 4K discs. Considering color timing, there is some.
Oh, for Vinegar Syndrome, well, it is available again. So
it is available. Okay.
Yeah, there it is. There's the Flesh for Frankenstein. You can pre-order it, and they've got enough. So
that Rob can channel his inner Udo Kier again.
To know life.
Yeah.
You must first fuck that in the gallbladder. Yes. Again, Vinegar Syndrome. People should just buy everything that Vinegar Syndrome puts out just to support Vinegar Syndrome. I believe that. I believe in that. So, yes.
Great.
Let's see. I think that's the end of our super chats.
Okay. Short and tight.
Short and tight. I think, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, first of all, I apologize that there is no member stream this weekend. I ended up having to work, and I was going to push it to today, but then there's other work that I forgot about. So I apologize for that. So I'm going to reschedule that till next weekend. I'll work that out. Hitchhiker42 sends in a super chat and says, hi, I would like the Doug McClure Lost World films in 4K, especially At the Earth's Core with Caroline Munro. You know what? The first PG-13 movie I ever saw was The Land That Time Forgot, which is one of those movies. That was the first PG movie I ever saw in the theater. So I am with you, Hitchhiker42. I would love to get those movies. And anything that Caroline Munro's in, my beloved Stella Star. So I'm with you 100% on that one. So that is a good thing.
Yeah.
So I guess we'll bring this show to a close. It's good to see you in 2022. I look forward to streaming more with you. I think by the end of this year, we'll get over 100 episodes of this show.
Unbelievable, Rob. What can I say? We're still going. We're still going.
We're still going, you trash panda, you.
Yeah. I hope. Look what you made me do, people. Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Well,
but
yeah.
Wear it with honor. Wear it with honor.
Well, you should wear it with honor. Where'd you get that shirt?
Rob, I stumbled across it. Just watching, because Paul from Twinflix did send me a picture about a Trash Panda card game. You know, just that he was walking through a Walmart or something, and he stumbled across a card game, Trash Panda card game, and he did send me a picture. Oh, I thought about you, and then I thought, well, let's check what actually exists considering Trash Pandas, and then I stumbled across that shirt.
You need to. Somebody's got to scan that for you, or find that artwork, and put your face where that little raccoon's face is.
You can get a picture on my Instagram.
Put it up there. Adam fires. It is up there. Adam Frascona fires in another super chat and says, "Did you both like or hate the Trailer Park Boys? I never watched the Trailer Park Boys.
Me neither.
I've always lived in great fear of one day becoming a Trailer Park Boy."
To the Rollerboys.
Don't you dare equate Trailer Park Boys with the prayer of the Rollerboys. Don't you dare. Don't you? All of you. Let's see. Hang on a second. Let's see. Let's see if there's the prayer of the Rollerboys trailer. I'm gonna put it in the live chat. Prayer of the Rollerboys trailer. Yes, there's a classic trailer on YouTube. And if you don't love this, I can't help you. Tell me you're not going to love this. Here it is, you guys. Here's the trailer in the live chat for Prayer of the Rollerboys, and you'll see exactly why I want it. Am I a roller boy now? Not quite. Dude, I'm telling you, Dieter, Prayer of the Rollerboys will be your new favorite movie.
Okay.
You think I'm kidding? I'm not. So, should we end this show?
Yeah, on that note, Rob, we have shown everything. Special editions, letters, super chats. We're back. And someone has a hopefully great appointment in later this day, which hopefully will go well. In a good way. Go well.
All right, everyone. On that note, take it away, Dieter.
If you start your new job tomorrow, you can finally pay that easily. You know?
Yes, my new job is vice president of franchise
because
management
you will cut
for
the budget
Star Trek.
on the episodes. You know, get that budget for yourself.
That's right. That is right.
That's right. So, jede Person, die du triffst, hat eine Geschichte zu erzählen, die du noch zu hören hast. Alles, was du tun musst, ist zuhören.
Every person you meet has a story to tell that you have yet to hear, and all you have to do is listen. And that brings us to an end of Let's Get Physical Media, episode 53. All of you live long and prosper. You know what? I forgot to thank our moderators. So I want to thank our moderating staff. I want to thank Brian Hepburn. I want to thank Justin Toner. I want to thank, who else is here? All of you. Wait a minute. I'm going to pop back on. Why cut the show off? Why cut the show off right now? I want to thank my moderating staff. I want to thank Justin Toner. I want to thank Brian Hepburn. I want to thank, who else is here? I'm not really sure. I think I got you all. I want to thank everybody who generously supports this show with super chats and tips and also memberships. I very much appreciate all of you. There's going to be a lot more member perks coming in the next couple of weeks. So that'll be fun, including Bobby's bookshelf. So we'll see that. Let's see, Dieter, would you Would you watch Bobby's Bookshelf? I'm just gonna do quick bursts where about books that I think that you should read.
I will check it out, but if I would have the time to read all those books you already have read for yourself, it would be tough.
Well, hey.
if you put out a book and read it for yourself, so that I can hear it when I'm driving to work.
Oh, you want me to do audiobooks?
Yeah, audiobooks.
All right, can't do that. And on
That
that
voice,
note,
of course,
on that note, may all of you find cat in the bags or schnäppchens. See you next week.
Exactly.